Hi everybody, this is Dave from Red Truck. Uh, anyway, today we're going to start unboxing the Revel 1986 Monte Carlo SS. I had one of these cars, well I actually had an 84. I wanted to get an 84 kit, but I couldn't find an 84, so I settled with 86. But I wanted to get the Revel kit. Revel is usually better quality than a lot of your other kits, in my opinion. So anyway, I had 1984. I bought it new, and I kept it until 2014. I sold it in 2014. I wish I would have never sold it, but that's the way it goes. It was a very good car. I enjoyed it. The Monte Carlos wasn't really known for a lot of power. They had a 305 high output engine, but it really wasn't that strong. So, but it was really a great handling car, a very durable car, and a very desirable car. And it always served me really well, and it just handles so wonderfully. But anyway, this kit, I'm going to open it up. I'm going to also, before I open it up, on the box it shows up under it shows the kit here. You can do it with the big rims, but I'm not going to do it with the big rims. I'm going to do it with the stock wheels. I think I like the stock ones better. Also under the hood, it's pretty true to the way that would be on the actual Monte Carlo. In 1984 through the life of this body style, they didn't really do a lot of trying to make it look beautiful under the hood. Everything was just black. Nothing, no colors, just black. That was all. And so, but this model that I'm going to build it so that I took an engine out of a 1974 C10 Chevrolet truck with a 350. So I'm going to build this up as a 350 from 1974 engine, aspirated engine. I want to go with an aspirated engine instead of the fuel injected because I'm just old school. It comes with these wheels for the bigger ones, but I won't be using those, and it comes with the standard size wheels. The tread design looks really well. I always had Goodyear tires on mine. These tires that don't have a brand name on the side of the tires. This is the windshield and the back glass and the side glass. I really like this, already trimmed out in black, so that's a nice touch by Revel, you know. Also, everything comes in this packaged up. All the white parts come packaged up really nicely. The chrome packages, or the chrome package is right here. The detailing on the chrome is so good. Some of the pieces I'm going to de-chrome, like the master cylinder. I'm probably going to leave the valve covers chrome because on the one that I had, I actually ended up putting chrome valve covers on them. And I'm going to take the chrome off the carburetor and the chrome off the intake. And on the air filter for the aspirated engine, it had this snorkel that went out to the front of the car. And it was just like a black paper reinforced with this wire. And but anyway, I'm going to paint this the Chevy colors. I'm going to probably paint this Chevy orange, and I'm going to cut the snorkel off of it because I don't really want the snorkel on it. And so that's what I'm going to do with that. It comes with a really super nice instructional manual, way better than a lot of other kits. It gives you ideas on the colors, step-by-step instructions on this particular one. It starts out with the engine, building the engine, and everything like that. The engine, everything about the instructional manual is just really good compared to a lot of other models. And it comes with the decal sheet. Here's the decal sheet. It gives you two different styles. You can do the black inlays on the hood, but I'm not going to do that because I want to make it look stock as I possibly can. Other than the engine, open up this. The body comes, the plastic on this Revel kit is just so nice. The plastic is just, it's just, everything about it, the detailing of it is just so much better than a lot of kits. I can't express how much better this plastic is. I mean, you can see that this is a better quality plastic. The mold, everything about the mold is just outstanding. There's hardly any flash, hardly none. This is the seats, the grille, the wheel hubs, the rear and front bumper, the door panels, the interior body. The detailing is just great. It's just great. In 1986, the Monte Carlo, the white Monte Carlo, SS Monte Carlo, came with a burgundy colored interior. But I want to try to go with a blue color. In 1984, the interior was blue, so I'm going to go with blue and on this one instead of the burgundy color. The console had a wood grain texture to the top of the console, and then the dash on the passenger side, the glove compartment, above the glove compartment, it had a wood grain look there. And then, so I'm going to try to do that. I don't know how successful I'll be at doing that. Here's some more wheel parts. Just like I said, there's hardly no flash, and the mold is just, it's just so outstanding. It's just, I can't believe how well this mold is compared to a lot of other kits. The engine, the detailing on the engine is just great. I want to end up painting this engine orange, Chevy orange, like they was painted back in the day. And this engine is I'm gonna try to simulate a 350 Chevy with double hump heads. Double hump heads were the most desirable heads back in the day. This engine I'm gonna try to simulate it coming out of a C10 farm truck with a full bolt main engine, okay? And then it was built, sent to a machine shop and built to Tyler tolerance with a high lift cam, not nothing radical, but with a cam that's street, you can drive on the street and it not be too radical, and it'll just be durable engine. And you know, with moderate power, not super high powered, maybe something like 400 horses or something like that. Just a good street car, you know, is what I'm going for. And so everything about it just looks really good. I'm just so pleased with the detailing of the kit. I think it'll go together good. I hope I can do the kit justice. This is a really great kit. I just hope I can do it good and make everything look perfect. Even on these little parts right here, hardly no flash. I don't see really any flash whatsoever. This just is so amazing, this kit, how well it's designed, you know. And the dash and all that just looks super good. So anyway, this is just opening it up. I'm going to go with white. I'm going to paint this. I'm going to try to paint it a pearl white, the body. The underneath side, most everything underneath side will be flat black except for the exhaust, because that's pretty much the way it was on the factory car. Everything was black. This was one of the first cars that I remember that came from the factory with a stainless steel exhaust system. So I'm going to go back with a stainless steel, or try to make the exhaust look stainless steel. It was stainless steel from the front all the way to the back, and that was really a nice touch. In fact, in the 27 years that I had my Monte Carlo, I never had to change the exhaust. It was still in perfect condition whenever I sold it. So stainless steel was, before that they just put this cheap steel and it just didn't last. So that was really good that they did that. The suspension on this car, it wasn't the most comfortable riding car. You could feel the road in it. The seats wasn't the most comfortable, but for driving, handling, it was a really driver's car. If you wanted a curvy, if you like curvy roads, it handled really well. Very little body sway. So it just hugged the road really good. you know. So anyway, this is a very good kit by Revel, and I'm looking forward to building it. So right now I got to get all my paint together, and start gluing some pieces together and getting ready to paint some different things. So I'm going to try to go a little slower on this kit than I have on some of them, because this is such a good looking kit. And the fact that I did have a car like this one time, I want to try to make it look as good as I possibly can. Okay, welcome to Red Truck again. I've actually painted this engine that I talked about earlier. This is going to be a 350 Chevy with 400 horses, painted traditional Chevy orange. I've already painted the engine orange. The transmission is going to get painted gray or silverish. Also, I'm going to paint the chassis flat black. I got to glue some pieces on here before I do that, because underneath of a factory Monte Carlo was just basic black. The whole thing was black except for the exhaust. Everything just looked, when you looked under the car, the whole underneath was just flat black. No highlights or anything like that. The only thing that you'll see that's not black when I do it, I'm going to probably paint the drive shaft gray or silver, and I'm going to paint the exhaust silver. A lot of the pieces, before I paint this, I'm going to actually glue a bunch of this, like the front suspension on. I'm going to probably put this on after I paint it, because I think I'm going to paint the differential and the drive shaft gray. I've already painted the back of the differential. I decided I'd go with orange on the back of the differential. And here's the exhaust I'm going to be painting gray. And this will get glued onto the front before I paint it. A lot of the parts to the engine, like the pulleys and stuff like that, is going to be basic black, because that's the way it was under the hood of a Chevrolet. The power steering pump, it's going to get black. The alternator, I mean not alternator, but the starter is going to get black. Distributor is going to get painted black. And the air filter, I still haven't decided if I'm going to strip it or not. I still haven't decided if I'm going to cut the snorkel off of the air filter. I mean not air filter, but the air filter box, the snorkel that goes to the front of the car. I haven't decided that yet. So anyway, I'm getting ready to paint some pieces and glue some pieces together. Like I said, I've already glued the engine together and painted it Chevy orange, like it came out of a 1974 Chevy C10 pickup truck with a 4-bolt main and double hump heads. So that's about it for right now, and I'll start doing some painting. I'm probably not going to show much of the painting process, because that's just basic stuff. I'll be brush painting some stuff, and then some stuff I'll be spray painting. Also the body, I'm going to paint it white. I'm going to use tester spray paint on it. Tester's white. And on the chassis and pieces like that, I'm going to use Rust-Oleum flat black all over this, and then the front part here. And the interior, instead of painting it burgundy like the 86 was, I'm going to try to make it look like an 84 and paint the interior blue. And that's about it for now. Hi. I've got a lot of the pieces painted now. I've got the bottom of the chassis painted. On the factory car, it was just basic black on the whole underneath. Nothing that was really detailed, nothing really stood out. But I'm going to paint the differential, and I've already painted the differential and the drive shaft and the exhaust gray, so that'll stand out a little bit. I've also wanted the engine and transmission to stand out a little bit, so instead of going with your black like it came from the factory, I decided I'd go with a orange and pretend that it was a 350 Chevy with double hump heads from a 74, 75 Chevy truck with a 4-bolt main. And so also I've got underneath the hood area painted. I haven't painted the body yet. I'm gonna paint it white and then clear coat it. I'm gonna paint it with this tester spray enamel white. And also I got the interior painted blue. I had a 1984 and it was basically close to this blue, not exactly like this, but close to this blue. So I wanted to look the blue instead of the burgundy in '86. It was burgundy, but I wanted this to look a little more like what I actually owned. I got the seats painted blue. The dash is painted blue. I still got to detail the dash. I still got to do some more detailing on the interior. I got the front clip area painted black, the radiator painted black, the rear end stabilizer. That was one thing that the Chevy Monte Carlo had. It had this stabilizer that went from one side to the other. That really helped the handling of the actual car tremendously. It helped prevent body sway and stuff like that. So that was very beneficial. The car just drove like a dream on a curvy road. Also, this is the exhaust system. I painted it gray. It did come with stainless steel exhaust from the factory. That was a nice touch. Back in those days, it was rare to see a car come with stainless steel exhaust, you know. I also got the fan area painted. I painted the fan. I painted the starter. I painted the starter silver. The distributor gray. I got the springs and the shocks painted, and the inside of the wheel hubs painted, and the steering wheel, the steering tree, and the instrument area is painted. So that's about all I got now. I'm going to start doing some assembly on the interior, and then while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and paint the body and have it ready to go. I want to paint it and put enough coats that it looks really good, and then put a clear coat on it. Once I get the body painted, I'll probably let it set for 4 or 5 days just to dry before I even touch it. Make sure that the paint is fully hardened. When you go with multiple coats, as you know, sometimes it takes a little longer to dry, you know. And that's about it for now. Okay, I got the interiors all painted up. Got the dash, got the instruments done. I painted the black areas. It's according to the instructions to be painted black. I did a little silver on the little door handles and the window buttons and stuff like that. And so anyway, and that's pretty well done. I did it blue instead of red, or instead of burgundy. Okay, I got the chassis basically done, got the wheels on, and got the engine in. I think the engine looks really good overall. I did it Chevy orange. Got the radiator in, got the fan and all the belts and stuff on. The underside of the car is done. I got the exhaust pipes, the differential, the anti-sway bar, and cross member up, or the front clip on, and all that. So all that's done. Basically, the bottom is done now. So pretty much all I got to do now is I got to put the windshield and the side windows in. I got to put the air filter housing on. The master cylinder, haven't put it in yet. And the lights and stuff for the body. Also on the body, I painted it white. And I gotta come back on the front around here. I gotta paint it black. And then for around the headlights, all that gets painted black. And the grille will get painted black. I haven't done that yet. And this area right here, down in here, right here, between the trunk and the bumper, that area is going to get painted black, you know, as well. So that's pretty much where I'm at now. I put 2 coats of Tester's white, and then I put 2 coats of clear coat on the body. Also, underneath, I gotta touch up my black paint under here with a brush. I had got some overspray where I had already painted the black, so I gotta redo that, which I knew it was probably gonna get overspray on that. But pretty much that's it where I'm at now. That's gonna take a little while to do around the lights and the bottom and then I've had to put the tail lights in and put the headlights in and the blinkers and stuff like that. So that's going to take a little while to do that. So that's pretty much where I'm at now. But it's getting close. Okay, I'm got the most of the stuff painted. I still got to do some more assembly work. Still got to put the glass in. The body is painted. I mean, not the body, but the interior is painted. Got the steering wheel on. All the instruments are painted. Anyway, it's pretty much done. I painted it blue instead of burgundy because the 84 was blue, and so I decided to go with blue to match the 84. And also, the chassis is pretty much done. I got the engine in, got the front portion of it painted black. I didn't paint the back portion because it's going to be covered up. You got the wheels on. The underneath of the car is pretty much done. They got the exhaust painted silver, the differential painted silver, and drive shaft. And also painted the rear of the differential Chevy orange right in the center. Okay, the sway bar is painted silver, and I got the front clip on here. That's done. So that's pretty much done. Now the next thing I got to do, I had already painted under the hood black, this area here. I got to come back and touch that up a little bit because I got some overspray on it from painting the body, but that's okay. I'm just going to brush paint those places where with some flat black. And so I got to come back and paint this area black right here, and put a little bit of the overspray on the under the in the hood compartment. Actually makes it look weathered a little bit. So I may leave some of that like that because it kind of gives it that weathered look. And so now I have to paint right here between the trunk lid and the bumper. There's an area there. It's got to be painted black. Around the bottom here has to be painted black. Around the headlights has got to be painted black, and the grill has to be painted black. So I'm going to brush paint those areas, and so the body will be pretty well done. That's going to take a little time to do it, but it should go fine. Then once that's done, it'll be ready for the decals. I'll probably put the decals on it before I put it on the chassis, because that'll, I think, maybe make it a little easier to manage while I'm putting the decals on. So that's where I'm at now, and so I'm going to do the final assemblies, the final painting, and see how it looks from there. Okay, the body to the Monte Carlo is painted now. The glass is in it. The grille is painted black. Around the headlights is painted black, and the lower spoiler is painted black. I used Tamiya TS7 white. It looks good, I think. Not perfect, but good. The interior is done. It'll be ready to put into the body. The chassis is done. pretty much, and I have a few little small parts here that still got to go, like the air filter, the master cylinder and brake booster, and the lights. And once I put those in, I'm going to do that next, and then it'll be time to put the decals on. So it's getting close to being done, and I think it's turning out okay. But anyway, that's about where I'm at right now.